the fruited plain from coast to coast, but in the South, where they say the game just means more, there's only one game considered the Deep South's oldest rivalry. From black jersey debuts to prayers of Jordan Hare, this matchup has been it all. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Auburn Tigers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense has the ball first today. Auburn would love nothing better than to do what it did the last time these two men just take the dogs behind the woodshed.
Yeah, they hammer the dogs. They built so much positive momentum in the program. Recruiting, everything about beating Georgia is good, and the bragging rights right there in the state of Alabama, right on that Georgia line, it's even greater.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they give it to the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They send the tight end in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
Wants to bring it back. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. So the Auburn Tigers offense will get the ball for the first time. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Makes it past the marker. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Got his man downfield. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Auburn lines up quickly.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at it, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Leaves it with the back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. This crowd knows when to bring it. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Auburn.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Davis. Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in, it's Davis. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
Running backs nowadays, they are wide receivers. I mean, you got to feature them in the pass game. Why? Because you get matchups on linebackers like this. Great job getting the football near the line of scrimmage. Bam, break a tackle, make something happen, get 10-plus yards.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. To the air, it's Stanley. Fires to the tight end. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, and obviously great play by the offense to keep the drive alive, and also a good find by the quarterback on third down.
And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. The Tigers bringing the heat the way Andre Bruce did back in the day.
And they just find those big, nasty, strong, physical guys that can eat up the line of scrimmage and get after quarterbacks. It's one of the staples of these Auburn teams all throughout the years.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Georgia lining up to punt it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. So here comes the Auburn offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Here's the handoff. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get...
Snatches it on the right. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. The give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Back to throw, it's St. Clair. It's complete to the left. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. Auburn to the line in a hurry. He was all by himself out there. Someone just lost track of their assignment.
And that's so frustrating because you want to make offenses earn it. And you don't want to give up big plays and bust coverages and let people run wide open, especially good players. Like, you know this guy's a good player, and you let him run wide open down the field.
Throws toward the end zone. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Guys, only Minnesota and Wisconsin have played more often than Auburn and Georgia. This rivalry is rich in tradition.
And you're right, Rich. This goes back to 1892. A long time. This game has been heated. You know a bunch of the names, a bunch of the storylines. And speaking of storylines, how about the mascot for Georgia? Literally trying to bite an Auburn wide receiver. That's how real this rivalry is.
The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Tigers. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Makes the quick grab. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
They're dealing with a second and long. Handoff to the lone back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Under fire. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Play action. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Really nice timing on that throw. Quarterback had to hold it, allow his receiver to work his route, but he threw it at the perfect moment so that he was able to make the catch inbounds right on the sideline.
The Dogs are rolling down the field. Pulls it and fires to the left. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the third sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Sets up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. Now the lead is down to 11. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Oregon has opened up the playbook, and they are scoring in bunches right now. This offense has been electric. They're up by 24 over Rutgers. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this Big Ten battle.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Oh, they're after him! And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You can tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Got it set up on the outside. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Just refused to take it out of reverse. Got caught for the safety, and he might spend some time on the bench after that.
Sometimes you get confused and you get lost when you're on the field, but not that far. And I don't know how to explain this. I would love to give you words and break this down and be like, this is what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. Tight end now in motion. To the air on 2nd down. The throw to the outside is complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires to the big fella. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the tight end was a big part of this offense. And you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another 1st down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the dogs do.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. To throw, it's Stanley. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, if I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there, if I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Offense gets set for second down. They'll leave it with him. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. Quarterback making adjustments. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Fires to the big fella. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on third down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Auburn sends out the punting unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Dropping back, it's Stanley. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Bring in the heat. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Here's the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. to the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Barber. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to throw on first down. Fires toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, the Deep South shuts down when the Tigers and Dogs get together, and that's the case again here today.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, Ben. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Caught over the middle. It's Singleton. Auburn lines up quickly. The give on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Quarterback making checks. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake. On target to the left. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9. Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. They'll move the tight end. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Don't worry about it, baby.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They'll send out the kicker here. At absolutely center cut. That'll pull them back to within 6. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, we've got a final in a game that just wrapped up here in the SEC. Arkansas was far from the friendly confines of Fayetteville, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean.
Trying to get the edge on the right.
And
there he goes. He gets it all the way up to the 42-yard line, and that's why you have confidence to keep it on the ground in that situation. One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on first down. The give to the tailback. Look out, he's got room. Breaks away on the left. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll give it to him again. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Can't get him to the ground. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
Timeout, Georgia.
This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. A first down run in the red zone. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. After getting nothing done on first down, second and goal from the 6. To the air, it's St. Clair. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Tigers! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
They'll go to the air. He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Now the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. They punted away on fourth down. On his way back from the 20. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard try the right side. Got the first down. Looking for more. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense and their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Catch in the middle. It's Jones. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. The Tigers are in the hurry-up.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on first down. Working that left side now. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, running back on the move. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. Trying to bully their way in. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Pushes ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? The Tigers extend that lead, and in the Deep South's oldest rivalry, looks as if the Dogs are in deep trouble.
Yeah, and this is a great sign for Auburn fans who've had to hear it for a while. Georgia's dominated this series of late. Auburn dominating today.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. To the air, it's Stanley. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in the...
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
Pocket breaking down. Makes the catch. Converts on fourth down. Is still on his feet. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to be better than they just did. That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air. It's St. Clair. Catch in the middle. It's Singleton. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
And the Tigers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Scrambling away. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Using the quick game. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Now with the 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. Quarterback on the keeper. Touchdown, Auburn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And with that TD, this team looking to go 4-0. Just how you want to start a season, man. They've done an unbelievable job answering all the questions, starting off the year just how you want to. Now, keep it going. Keep that momentum. Don't relax. What a start to the season.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just see what this quarterback can do here at the end of the game to build confidence for the next time they take the field.
Yeah, and there hadn't been much good today. But build confidence, sure, but just show your team you're going to keep fighting no matter what the scoreboard says.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give us up as many sacks as they have in this game.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
I think after failing on the 4th down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to run for it. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. Guys, this one's going to go down as a nice win against a ranked opponent, and we didn't get the upset that many had thought we might.
No, they proved to the entire country watching this game that they are indeed the superior team. Offensively, defensively, running, throwing, whatever it is they wanted to get accomplished today in all 3 phases, David, they were better.
Yeah, and listen, at this point, I don't really care about the beauty contest. Like, your goal is to survive and advance. You played a really, really good opponent. You took care of business and continue to stay above them in the rankings, which is the only thing that matters at this point in the season.
It is the Auburn Tigers emerging victorious in the Deep South's oldest rivalry. That will put the wrap on things from here.